Hi, I'm Steve from the Black Peppercorn, and the recipe that I want to share with you today is cheddar jalapeno mini scones. Cheddar and jalapeno are a combination of ingredients that I love, and I put them in so many different things. If you look on my website, you'll see recipes with that. I put them in meatballs. I put cheddar and jalapeno and stuffed a pork tenderloin. I've even added it to shortbread and cornbread. And here I'm going to put them in these mini scones, and they are buttery and they're flaky and they're amazing on their own, but they're great with soup and chili and so much. You're just going to love them. Let me show you how they are made. So the ingredients that you will need is some all-purpose flour, grated cheddar cheese, some pickled jalapenos, butter, milk, baking powder, and some salt. The first thing that you will need to do is to dice the pickled jalapeno peppers. Having the peppers diced will allow them to be mixed thoroughly in the scone dough, which gives every bite some of the amazing jalapeno flavor. I have tried using fresh jalapenos as well, but I find that I prefer the flavor of the pickled jalapeno pepper in these scones just a little bit better. Making scone dough is very easy. Dump the flour into a large bowl and then add the baking powder as well as the salt. Use a whisk or a fork to mix the baking powder and the salt into the flour, which kind of gives the flour a sifting. Make sure that the butter is cold and cut into cubes. Dump that into the bowl with the flour mixture and use a pastry cutter to cut the butter into the flour. If you don't have a pastry cutter, you can use a fork or 2 knives. Continue until you get a crumbly consistency and you can see little bits of butter all throughout the flour. If needed, use a knife to scrape the butter off the blades and then just keep on cutting. Next, you can add the grated cheddar cheese. I've also used Monterey Jack and it works really well also for these scones. And then you can throw in the diced jalapeno peppers as well. And then just grab a spoon and stir these into the flour mixture. Next, take the milk and pour it into the flour mixture. Use your hand to gently mix the scone dough. You want to be careful not to overmix it. I aim for the dough to be just combined to the point where there's no more dry pockets of flour. Just keep turning the dough until it is ready. Prepare a work surface by spreading a light dusting of flour evenly where you plan to make the scones. Take the dough and place it in the middle of the work surface. Don't be surprised if it is a little bit crumbly still. Just pull it together and press it down to make a 7-inch square. Try to make sure that the dough is an even thickness everywhere so that all the scones will be the same size and that they will cook evenly as well. And finally, just sprinkle a little bit more flour on top. And now we're ready to cut the scones. And to cut these scones, I use a bench scraper, but you could also use a knife or even a pizza wheel. First, cut them in half and then into quarters. Then cut each quarter in half as well. It should look similar to how a pizza is cut. Then take each of the 8 portions and cut them in half as well. Once you're all done, you should have 16 similar sized scones. Place the scones on a non-stick cookie sheet or one lined with parchment paper or a silicone baking mat. Make sure that they are spaced at least 1 inch apart. Place the scones in an oven that has been preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It takes about 14 to 16 minutes for the scones to bake. You should see them start to rise and puff up. The top should just be starting to brown. Once finished, take them out of the oven to let them cool slightly. These cheddar jalapeno mini scones are best served while they're still warm and perfect alongside a bowl of soup or stew.